The difference is Apple Store name brand, that's a phone. These are Samsung computers. They're all computers, mobile computers. For like for an example, when you need a shuttle bus and need a way home and transportation, you're going to want to try to use something compatible, because it's kind of difficult for a computer to call a different contraption device as a phone. But it'll work on a payphone for some reason. I'm not sure why. I can't say landline because payphones wasn't just landline. Come to find out, it was calling Hollywood's payphone. And most of the time, you don't need the phone number. Like, if you call 1-800-FREE-411, it is 1-800-333 at 3411. And that's the phone number. And it'll call all those payphone landlines. It'll offer the location. And it's over in Hollywood outside them galaxies. And it's really nice because this ain't no cell phone like Apple phone is. These are all computers. And you'll have to go look at the NASA museum, all the museums NASA, to try to call an Apple phone. Because that's a phone, that ain't no computer. See, these are computers. Mobile computers, all of it. It's not Apple device contraption. These are all computers, all computers. Mobile computer, all of it. All Samsung computers. Even the tiny ones to fit in your pocket to go. But you can only get these out, like...
Jump. Menu. Go to beginning of table, search plus alt plus shift plus arrow left.
See, I downloaded.
Menu item.
Nothing.
1 of 69.
Something's wrong.
Press up or down arrow to navigate. Enter to activate. Go to beginning of table, search plus alt plus shift plus arrow left. Menu item. 1 of 69.
See, you can get these devices. It's already on the shelves. I don't know how that happened because it calibrated. Most of it was stolen by the c.i.a. But to be honest, when everyone was working at c.i.a, when they first built the computers and the data system, to be honest, you still gotta buy the data from Apple phone to keep these compatible. And it's real nice. But it's not just that. Like, these are computers. All these are computers. Tiny little computers. These is not phones. These is work. And as a video game from the museum. And this is kind of scary because I didn't download anything. Because you gotta, like, somehow manage your paper files and then try to get it on the computer. This is all works from pencil and paper. Pen and paper, pencil and paper. The BIC. The big pen. A BIC pen. But, yeah, these ain't phones like Apple Store. These are all computers. It is, you gotta use it like a video game or it won't work. And it's touchscreen. You could thank Star Trek for that. Because everyone helped out at c.i.a. What we did was we gave it away for free. Because it wasn't compatible. To see if it would work. And it was able to call other contraptions, other devices with that phone number. But, like, it will only work for 1-800 numbers. Not the area code numbers. And it wasn't able to work for the zip car. Or the, what is it? Yeah, zip code. It wasn't working for any of that. But these are computers. These are mobile computers. And it's all touchscreen Samsung computers. These ain't phones. These are video game computerized electronic devices. They're all computerized as a video game, or it won't work for you. You gotta know how to play the game to work these devices. And it all got upgraded from Straight Talk, some radiology out of theory of a verbal hypothesis. And it is so old that you gotta go to the museum of NASA to configure the data in astrophysics to stay communicated with the other devices and your friends and your families to stay in touch with everybody. But it works. But in order to for it to work for an Apple Store phone, all you gotta do is make sure that you know that person's phone number, and that's it. Because it will call that phone number on that device and that contraption. But these ain't Apple phones. These are Samsung computers and mobile computers. All cell phones from Apple Store. All you need is their phone number. And to buy data from them. Because that's how I've been keeping up to keep my stuff updated. Is I've been getting data from Apple Store and Apple Phone. But yeah, we usually just gave stuff away from Code Dynamics. Because, it was the poor people feeding the poor people at the time. And we didn't have any phones. We didn't have any computers. We had no way to, call for an emergency. Or to, call people in the middle of the night drunk, using that as an excuse to stay in the sober of a fight. That's an emergency. But there's also an emergency when there's a c.i.a. bully wearing a memorial as an excuse to do human trafficking on their victims in Hollywood. And that's what they did. They took them all to Hollywood. And then there's a cyberbully of welding robotics of the Cybermen. That's an emergency as well, especially if somebody got hurt out there in the desert for 40 days and 40 nights. But that's what happened. And everyone was in Hollywood doing that. Going out in the desert for 40 days and 40 nights. But it was a good thing, but they didn't have no phone. And all we had was Code Dynamics that got upgraded from a Straight Talk phone. And they didn't even have video games out there. So I don't know what to say. These ain't phones. These are Samsung's computerized. You'll have to look at NASA's museum to try to configure, what is it? The computers of ancients. So that's ancient history. And it's not too shabby. But most of it was stolen by the CIA. And they didn't have American money. They had gold as their value of profit. And they claimed that's how they pay people, as their income was gold. And I don't know, it wasn't that prehistoric, but the gold was. And then we just had sterling silver. And then I was like, okay. I didn't know what to do. That they didn't have American money in their value of profit. But that's a good motive. Is to use a fossil of pure, solid gold and silver. Especially sterling silver. I mean, this is platinum, solid gold. But no greed had touched my soul. Anyway, if it wasn't stolen, we just gave it away. That's why we started giving stuff away anyway. If they're going to steal something, it's because they probably need it and they don't realize that. What they should have thought about was food, resources, being stranded on an island of Hollywood. That's what they should have thought about. But it was a good thing because they can call someone to give them a ride. But these are mobile, computerized devices. It's not a phone. You have to go to Bill Gates for phones. These ain't phones. These are computers. These are mobile computers. Big enough to fit your pocket to take with you. Especially if your butt's going.